Alright, so this one's just gross. I have no other way to start this. Recently the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie came out, and I'm not the hugest Marvel fan in the world. I used to be a little Marvel nerd, like, really bad. But recently I haven't really been loving the movies. But when this new Guardians of the Galaxy came out, I was like, you know what? I'm excited. I'm actually excited for this movie. So on opening night, I bought 2 tickets. I went there with my girlfriend, and I was excited to go see the new Guardians movie, right? Now, I didn't know that I was about to see a lot more than just a movie, and I'm here to tell you about it today, okay? So leave a like on this story. It's definitely a pretty awkward one, and let's jump into it. So today's story time all starts off 3 weeks ago. I think it was like May 5th. I think that's when the new movie came out. The Guardians movie had just dropped, and I had plans to go see it with my girlfriend, like I said. I got done with all of my things I needed to do that day, and I was free for the night. And me and my girl went to a 10 o'clock showing. I don't know what it is, something about late movies, I just like them. I would much rather see a movie at like 10:30 at night than at like 2 p.m. I just like late at night movies because it just feels cool, right? I don't know, something about it. So yeah, I got tickets for like a 10 o'clock showing, and 10 o'clock rolled around, and me and my girlfriend went to the movie theater. We bought a bunch of popcorn. They put way too much damn butter on my shit. Don't get me wrong, I love butter on popcorn, and I always ask for extra butter. But this motherfucker drenched it, dude. I thought I was going to have a heart attack halfway through the damn movie. Anyway, I got my popcorn with my butter all over it. I go to the theater with my girl. We find our seats. We sat in the back because sitting in the back is superior. It's a better view, and usually there's less people. So we got to the back row of the theater, and let me tell you, this shit was packed. It was sold the fuck out. Now, when I bought the tickets, the theater wasn't sold out yet, but by the time the movie was starting, every single seat in this theater had pretty much somebody in it. And of course, that means even in the back row, it was full. And of course, right next to me was a bunch of chads. Like, just absolute frat bro college kids, like, super loud, super obnoxious. And I don't have a problem with college chads. That's not a problem. But for some reason, every time I sit next to them in a movie theater, they talk the whole fucking movie. So I was already, like, planning to be annoyed the whole movie. I just knew they were going to talk the whole fucking time. And literally the whole row was basically these college kids. Like, it was me, my girlfriend at one end, and then the rest of the row was like 10 to 20 college kids. It was crazy. But anyway, the movie starts. Rocket's on screen, being a raccoon. I'm enjoying myself. The college chads aren't actually talking all that much, so that was nice. And I'm thinking, you know what? Nothing could go wrong. This movie experience is going to be stupendous, fucking amazing, superb, whatever fucking word you could find. And then, of course, like 30 minutes into the movie, I start hearing noises next to me. Like whispering sounds and shuffling noises, and I look to my right, and the Chad that sat right next to me on my right side is whispering back and forth to his girlfriend. And I'm thinking, like, okay, maybe she's just asking him for some popcorn. Maybe he's asking her for his Sour Patch Kids. Maybe they're just, exchanging snacks, right? And then they start making out, like, loud, like, audibly sucking each other's faces in the theater. And they're not stopping. They go for, like, 5 whole minutes. And I keep looking at my girlfriend, and she's looking at me, and I'm like, yo, come on. Like, please, not during Guardians of the Galaxy, bro. There's kids here. But believe me, it gets worse. So they were just kissing, sucking face, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get back to watching the movie. I'm not going to think about this Chad. I'm not going to let him ruin my experience. Let's just get back to the movie. And about 20 minutes goes by after this. The movie's going on. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. Things are good, right? And then I look back over to my right because I'm hearing noises again, and I am greeted to a sight that I can't believe I'm witnessing. I look to my right, and I see the same Chad fully reclined in his movie theater chair with a blanket over him now. Don't know where the blanket came from. Must have came from like his girl's purse or something. But there's a blanket over him now. And there's a head underneath the blanket. And it's not the Chad's head. It's his girlfriend's. If you're not getting it by now, the motherfucker was getting top in Guardians of the Galaxy. I could not fucking believe what I was witnessing. The minute I realized what was happening, I just looked away and tried to focus on the movie. And I was just telling myself, like, nah, that wasn't real. I didn't just see what I thought I saw. Like, they're not doing that in the movie. No way. Like, I didn't even tell my girlfriend. I didn't even let her know. Because I was like, I don't want to ruin her movie experience. But then she noticed too. She tapped me on my shoulder like 5 minutes later and was like, I think they're fooling around in that chair. And I was like, I know. I don't even want to think about it. I know. I saw it 5 minutes ago. And then she did the same thing. She went back to watching the movie. And then I get a tap on my right shoulder from the Chad who was getting the top. And I look over at him and he goes, yo, bro, look. And he points down at the blanket and the head underneath the blanket. Like being like, yo, bro, look at this shit. Look how cool I am. Like I'm a random dude to him. He doesn't even know who I am. And I was like, cool, man. He's like, yeah, couldn't even wait to get home. And I was like, cool, man. And he's like, yeah. And he goes back to watching the movie while doing what he's doing. And I'm just like, yo, what the fuck, man? So after this, I went back to watching the movie, and it does not stop there. 20 minutes later, a movie theater employee walks into the theater with a flashlight. He walks upstairs real quick to the back row, and he points his flashlight right at the Chad sitting next to me, who, by the way, still is doing it. Still has the blanket over him, still fooling around with his girlfriend, and the light shines on him. And he's like, yo, bro, chill, like, turn that light off. And the movie theater employee's like, nah, get the hell out of this theater right now. Like, get your girlfriend, get whoever you came with, and get the fuck out. And this was like a young employee. He was probably like 21, 22. He clearly took his job very seriously to be talking the way he was. And the Chad gets mad. He's like, don't talk to me like that, bro. You're just a fucking movie theater security guard. You can't do shit to me. And they start arguing back and forth. And at this point, everyone in the theater is turned around, looking at us, not paying attention to the movie whatsoever. Like, all the eyes are on the back row. And finally, after like 10 minutes, more employees come in, and they end up kicking out the Chad, his girlfriend, and everybody they came with. Which means the entire back row got kicked out pretty much, except me and my girl. They even asked us, like, are you with them? And I was like, no. They're like, okay. So they kicked out pretty much the entire back row, and me and my girl had the back row for the rest of the movie by ourselves. And we could enjoy it in peace. Now let me say, the movie was sick. Absolutely mind-blowing. Not the kind of blowing that dude was getting, but mind-blowing. I had to make some shitty pun, okay? I just had to. But anyway, yeah, the movie was dope, and the rest of that night was fine at the theater. And after that, we just kind of went home with a funny little story. And I remember in the car ride home, I looked at my girlfriend, and I was like, I do not know how I'm going to title that video. Because, like, this story time is so, like, I don't know. Like, I can't title the video like he was getting had at Guardians, because, like, that's just ridiculous. I don't know, man. Like, maybe 2015 Luna would do that, but, like, I don't know. Times have changed. So maybe like the most foul thing I've ever seen will be this video's title. Maybe it'll be something completely different. I don't know. By the time you're watching this, you'll know. But moral of the story is, don't do what that Chad and his girlfriend did. Definitely not an advisable move. Could definitely get you in some trouble. He's lucky that just the movie theater people kicked him out and they didn't call the cops or some shit. Because, like, you can actually get charged for doing that. Like, the Chad was definitely lucky in this situation. It went the way it did and not any further. But yeah, guys, hopefully next time you go to the movies, you don't have the same experience as me, because that shit was awkward. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this funny/awkward story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I would really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below, and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys all later. Peace out.